Hello there, Golfer here, and welcome back to some more Dragon Age Inquisition, where we last left off. We just finished that ball, and we're now going to be doing lots of things. We just got another perk, that is correct. I believe I'm considering Master Focus. Yeah. Which is very good. Influence.
To work?
At your service.
Lots of new stuff in Orlais. Okay.
Any news on why Corypheus is sending people to explore elven ruins of all things?
No, I suspect he keeps the reason secret, even from his inner circle.
Okay, now we're gonna go talk to everybody else. Sell junk, possibly do some maintenance on the inventory and stuff like that. Actually, it wouldn't be a bad time to do that. So, armor. Okay. Interesting, interesting. For an elf to be wearing it. Although, to be fair, there's not really anyone else who would probably wear it, so that's fine. You're good. Nope, this way. From the tire. Battle mage armor is fine. Sure. You don't really need cunning, though. Sure. This is twice as good, but I think I'll let him keep his hat. And this makes more sense for you. That's also fine. One less cunning, but overall, not bad. Iron Bull. Yeah, mine is currently better. Damage bonus. Okay. That's all the defense. My inventory is over now, which is awesome. Carving knife does 180, which is worse. Yeah, my daggers are good. You should also be good. You actually look really nice with that on. Who do you look like? Just this part of the face. You know, with the lips, a little bit like Angelina Jolie. Just a tiny, tiny bit. I don't think I even said her name right, but whatever. Let's see. You're currently using a fire... this fire staff is better? Although the other one is plus 25% attack. So there's 8 cunning and 17 willpower. Willpower is good, though. And this is good against dragons, even though it's a fire staff. Because it's got a dragon slaying rune, that's why. So plus 25% attack. We take 25%. This actually adds more. So overall, this staff is still better. Okay. You're using the better one, and... looks like it's time to get rid of that shield. Cole. This does 137 and an additional 55 AoE damage, maybe? In which case, we'll equip one of those. And we'll equip this. Yeah, you've got a really weak staff, so I'm going to go ahead and give you this one, even though that's not the default. Solus has also got a really good staff. I need to upgrade yours. Two-hander. Additional attack, some bleed on hit. Sounds good. Okay. Accessories. Good with the belt. See. Ability damage is actually important, so that's fine. Ability duration actually wouldn't hurt. Ability damage and ability duration. Spirit resistance would actually be okay, wouldn't it? And Life Ward Amulet does sound kind of nice, but it's only a one use. Okay, you ability duration, critical chance. It's fine. That's good. Okay. That should be enough. We'll sell we'll sell probably practically everything in my inventory.
I do not believe a reminder is necessary for this accused. Her capture and disgrace could not have been more public.
So I don't know what's happening, but ever since the second patch, it just seems to stutter and crash. Okay, so yeah, I had to go back and redo all the armor stuff, so it's a little bit different layout, I think, than last time, since I kind of just guessed at it. But anyway, we're going to do this again. Hopefully that crash was just because it failed to load the right something or other. It seems to happen after about an hour and a half, 2 hours of play. So let's just hope that that's the case and it's not this area.
I do not believe a reminder is necessary for this accused. Her capture and disgrace could not have been more public. Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon, although her titles are among the dignities already at risk of forfeiture. You spared her life despite her treachery. What becomes of it now falls to you.
Out of your element, Floriane. Welcome to the Inquisition. My party.
Despite her posture, Lady Floriane has acknowledged your authority.
Should I curse you on behalf of the Elder One? I realize he had no intention of honoring the concordats I manipulated. Do as you must. I respect your mastery of the game, even as I despise your victory. Celine does not know her fortune.
Like most nobility, she's never walked in the shoes of those she endangered. Lady Floriane, I give you a chance. Common work, farm work. Do some good.
Sentenced to walk with animals? How droll.
I bet you she won't even last a week. See, that's what we need more than a jester or something like that. So somebody disproved, I don't remember who it was. Anyway, let's go to the Undercroft.
Ready for anything, Inquisitor?
Agnes, show me what you can do.
Here's how it goes. Bring me the rare stuff, or except it's...
Okay, sell. Go ahead and sell everything, actually. Yeah. Even though they're unique, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. I could keep them, but... Sure. most likely go with black wall. Staff only. Okay. Yeah, it's time to upgrade potions. I rarely have stuff that I actually use. Actually looks like a good one for me. It needs lots of blood lotuses, darn it. Okay. Let's continue on and talk.
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be Bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
I've read your tale of...
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Carry on.
There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, machinations, betrayals. After our time in Halam Sharau, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
You miss court intrigue? When were you at court?
Oh, well, never directly, of course. An elven apostate is rarely invited to speak
That seems...
with empresses.
I'm surprised. Why
But
did he
from
disapprove
the
of
fade,
that?
I have watched dynasties form and empires crumble. It is sometimes
Okay.
savage, sometimes noble, and always
Right.
fascinating. In any event, Celine should now be a steadfast ally, especially after helping her neutralize Briala.
Am I sensing concern over how we dealt with Brianna?
No. Why would I disapprove of... Oh, because we're both elves.
So am I, though.
Sorry, I was confused. I do not consider myself to have much in common with the elves.
Your people have lost so much of their history and culture. To not even think of yourself that way.
I think of myself as me. That's all I've ever needed. I joined the Inquisition to save the world. Regardless, as for the elves of Orlais, Briala did what she could. She was an admirable woman, even if her gambit failed.
Even if we couldn't help Briala, I hope we can make life better for Orlesian elves.
Stop, Corypheus. It speaks well of you to feel for the oppressed. Help them for that. Know them for what they are, instead of just seeing a pair of pointed ears.
That conversation, I feel, because I'm an elf, should have gone differently. I'm not too keen on that one. That's if I was a different race, then you know what, I could see that, but no, I'm an elf as well.
Anything interesting?
A letter regarding Felix. He spilled wine on you in Redcliffe, remember? I was trying to discover what became of him. Where he ended up.
And?
Nothing. Redcliffe is abandoned, and there's no trace of him. It's as if he never existed. I think the Venatori found out he was helping me. I think they killed him.
Are you all right?
He was ill, thus on borrowed time anyhow.
That doesn't mean you can't regret his death.
I know. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working late in his father's study. Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. I like trouble, he'd say. Tevinter could use more mages like him. Those who put the good of others above themselves.
He should be an example for others to follow, or his death is wasted.
Should I spread the word? We could spawn the cult of Felix within a matter of days.
There are worse things.
Probably true. And you're right. His actions should not be forgotten. Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sort kicking around Thedas. Marvelous business, the Winter Palace. You saved an empress, and now she's eating out of your hand. Perfect mental image. All this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
Happy to oblige. A taste of home just for you.
Not just for me. Fun for the whole family.
Perhaps I should have invited some.
We were there. That's what counts. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. You know, Ralph?
Oh, this is open? Oh, is this how I... This is how I get here. Okay. Darn it. Where does this go? I wonder if this was closed off at some point. I feel like an idiot now that I found it. Oh well. Theoretically, all of her stuff should still happen. Nice 1,000 research right there.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture...
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing. The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril? A divine with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems. Inquisitor?
I'll leave you to your work.
My dear, I'm afraid I must ask you for help. There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern. I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivian. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all. The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but won't tell me what it's for?
My dear, it is hardly proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion. I would do no less for you, after all.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Cullen. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart, or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
It sounds like something to do in the war room.
You acquitted yourself well enough in the game, my dear, and now you have the gratitude of an empire. Well done.
Didn't I come through here? At some point, I don't know.
My Lord Inquisitor, it's good of you to speak with me. I have news regarding one of your companions, the Tevinter.
Has Dorian done something wrong?
No, thankfully. It's nothing like that. I have been in contact with his family. House Pavas, out of Carinas. Are you familiar with them?
I've never spoken to Dorian about his past.
The family sent a letter describing the estrangement from their son and pleading for my aid. They've asked to arrange a meeting quietly without telling him. They fear it's the only way he'll come. Since you seem to be on good terms with the young man, I'd hoped...
If you think I'm going to trick Dorian into meeting his family...
I feared you might say that. The family will send a retainer to meet the young man at the Red Cliff Tavern, to take him onward. If he truly does not wish this reunion, he can always end the matter there. I pray you change your mind, Inquisitor. Perhaps their letter will persuade you. If there is any chance of success in this, it behooves us to act.
Okay, so that's everyone I've talked to in there. Morgan's out there, eh?
That's the lot. Strange bit of kit for... no one.
I think that automatically plants the last one, but I'm not 100% on that.
Inquisitor.
Oh, look at you in your old clothes. No way.
You're the Inquisitor. Mother never told me the Inquisitor was an elf.
That's not such a terrible thing, is it?
No, I just don't know why your people want to look like that.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Of course not. Did you see what's on his hand, Mother?
I did see. 'Tis time to return to your studies, little man. My son. Never where you expect him to be, naturally.
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad. Perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
This is the question I want answered.
Will his father be joining us as well?
'Twould be most unlikely. His father helped raise Kieran for a time, but events have conspired to take him elsewhere. So 'tis but the two of us, Inquisitor. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
He seems like a fine young man.
But not the sort one might expect a woman like me to raise. No son of mine would be raised in a marsh, bereft of contact with the outside world. His future will be difficult enough without my adding to his burden. To think, until recently this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Tara Salan, a place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
I like this place. I've made it mine.
The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little of me as you do. I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
I appreciate whatever help you can give us.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may. My Lord Inquisitor.
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up close, what are your impressions?
'Tis remarkable what you have built. I will give you that. Leniana has built a network of spies beyond anything Thedas has seen. All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of all this once he is defeated.
We have to defeat him first, then I'll worry about what's next.
Should that happen, the world will lie at your feet, more or less. Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
What work have you been doing to help us?
Currently, my efforts are focused on determining what Corypheus is, and from where his power comes. The elven orb he carries is what draws my attention. I wonder if the power he used to tear open the Fade, in fact, came from the orb. Perhaps it is even the source of your anchor. If I learn of its origin, I may also learn what Corypheus now intends, as well as his weaknesses.
However you can help, it's appreciated.
Continue prodding at Corypheus, Inquisitor. Elicit a reaction, and we may yet learn from it.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah, yes. Whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari Wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight.
The Blight began in the Kukari Wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. He is the reason the Blight was defeated. We became close. Closer than I even thought possible. When I left, he pursued me. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no Chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor, and she my benefactor and source of refuge. Truth be told, our arrangement would not have lasted much longer. Too many wagging tongues, even for Celine.
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide. I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some Chantry mage to teach me to control my power. They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort. Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
I'll leave you to the garden.
As you like.
Okay. Let's see, we're actually way over the time limit, but I think we're just going to go ahead and continue. Because we're not...
To know the sanctity of our great institutions is intact.
So what now? The spiderwebs help stop the bleeding, and they prevent wounds from getting infected. Gather as many...
I was hoping we could speak privately.
Are we not?
Right. Of course we are. The flirting. With me. I've noticed it. Unless it is my imagination, which is entirely possible.
If it makes you uncomfortable, I can stop.
I think I only flirted with her
You cannot
once.
court me if that's your intention. It's impossible.
What are you talking about?
Courtship. Surely you've heard of it.
I've heard of it. I'm not courting you.
Exactly.
Is that what you want?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I take it back. That is what I want. I want a man who sweeps me off my feet, who gives me flowers and reads me poetry by candlelight. I want the ideal. You are the Inquisitor and the Herald of Andraste. You cannot be that man.
I didn't expect you to feel this way.
I know what you see. I am a warrior. I am blunt and difficult and self-righteous. But my heart lies beneath all that. It yearns for these things I cannot have. If you cannot see that, then desist. What enamors you is but the surface.
This doesn't start it. This doesn't say it start. It doesn't say it starts a romance. So
I can be that man, Cassandra.
that's not.
The world hinges on our actions. We face death at every turn, Inquisitor.
That doesn't change how I feel.
That's.
It changes everything.
It doesn't say it started a romance. Like, I don't, like, I like Cassandra a lot. But not really in that way. Actually got my eye on somebody else. Why am I all the way up here, game? Like, don't yank me so far away from where I was. I don't think I take fall damage, so I can do incredibly dangerous stuff like that. And I don't actually want to head this way, because it's not where everybody is.
Still waiting for your letter.
So that's the thing is, I don't really want to jump into a relationship with her, but at the same time, I would also be thinking that I don't want to end the possibility. That's just kind of how I think.
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Talk to her, your worship.
Is there a problem? It seems like she's bothering you.
Mother Giselle is kind, and she means well. So, yes, she was. I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus, everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
How can you and Leliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Leliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
Why am I not? I'm assuming because I'm a guy.
If you don't want it, then tell them so.
Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began. The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
I'm surprised to hear you, of all people, say that.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition against the Chantry's wishes? In all my years as a Seeker, I did what I was told. My faith demanded it. But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
Many extraordinary things have happened to get us to this point.
I'm not so certain. I think it has been a long time coming. Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
You're not the only candidate. What about Leliana?
Liliana says she wishes to follow Justinia's legacy. But she and I remember a different person. Justinia knew her fellow clerics and the people would only accept so much change. Liliana would cast it all aside and start over, I think. And that would be chaos for us all.
What would you change about the Chantry?
The Circle of Magi has its place, but it needs reform. Let the mages govern themselves with our help. Let the Templars stand not as the jailers of mages, but as protectors of the innocent. We must be vigilant, but we must also be compassionate to all peoples of Thedas, human or no. That is what I would change.
Ugh! I don't really want to fight with her anymore.
So this is your new crusade?
I've agreed to nothing yet.
And if the Chantry calls on you?
Then I will do whatever I can, for as long as I can. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now. Nothing
I
more.
support you. I
For
wasn't
now,
at first, but I totally support you
restoring
now.
order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority.
I totally agree with the sentiment, with every sentiment you gave me there.
I cannot stop thinking of our earlier discussion. You don't actually intend to go through with courting me, do you?
I probably should end it.
Well, perhaps it isn't the best idea after all.
Ah. That's a relief, I think. Let us return to the task at hand, with no further distractions.
I want to talk to you about the cure for tranquility.
It's not a cure. Not truly. Mages who were once tranquil lose all control over their emotions. They become irrational, unable to focus. Perhaps that state eventually passes and they can be helped, but it will take time to investigate.
But you are going to look into it.
That is my intent. I would not want news of a cure to spread until we know for certain we can help these people.
And I
Once
do not
we
disagree
have
with that.
However, then I will spread the word myself.
So you're a candidate for Divine now?
So I am informed.
Is that something you actually want?
Why should what I want matter?
Why shouldn't it matter? Don't you have the right to be happy?
It is very simple. The Chantry needs to survive. I have never believed in asking enough, so I look upon this as an opportunity. I owe it to myself and all of Thedas to seek the Sunburst throne.
Yeah, you'd make a good Divine.
I think you'd make an excellent choice.
Thank you. Let's hope the Chantry clerics agree.
I support her.
That's enough for now.
She almost literally said what I want. I want this circle to basically not be a prison, to be self-relied upon. I would like to go even further than that and just say make it like a school setup, where it would just be like that would be the place to go for mages in training to help them control their abilities. But it wouldn't make mages that don't go there apostates. That kind of thing. And then Templars should not just keep an eye on them, but also help other people, and they would help those. I mean, it's one of those unfortunate things, and I think Morgan, just a little bit earlier, nailed this, which was that, they leash us up so that they can feel safer. Why should I care about how they feel? How does that concern me? And that, it makes a lot of sense. It's kind of like a very bad double standard there, is that you take away one person's liberty for another security. And there's a Benjamin Franklin quote, should you take away any liberty for security, you will have neither and lose both. So, with that in mind...
Oh, Bells, it's you. Morris. Sir Morris, I suppose. I am serving as quartermaster for Skyhold and its arriving throngs. Stores are growing, and so long as we have fair coin to restock, you and yours will be well served.
As you...
Not what I wanted to do. I don't know. I automatically...
Fortunately, you tied twice as many threads as cut.
The previous quartermaster...
She... had views. Has views. Perfectly legitimate ones if you share them, Inquisitor. I believe it was felt that your quartermaster should be more palatable now that the Inquisition is in Orlais. She continues to serve, just not at the fore.
There are problems coming out of Hal...
There are always problems from Halabshire, although if a few commendation, I couldn't suggest how, that is better decided at your war table, and I'm not going near.
What makes you ideal?
My family has ties to...
And your qualific...
My family holds treaties with 3 new money...
And your
To be honest, your worship, that was my question. I am the nexus of a dozen threads tied by others, designed to cast the widest and most appealing... But I will rise to the occasion. Skyhold...
How's it going?
With Skyhold shining like a beacon. You name it, it's here or on the way. I've wrung out the slackers. I think I like this job.
As you were.
We are here for you.
Oh, here we go. Inspect requisitions.
Nothing.
Our heroes strode the winding road, defiant of the vile.
We are assembling quite the influential list of allies.
Of course, we...
One for the Empress. For Gaspard. Brianna. The Duchess. And Crucifix. Right in the dangle bag.
Well, remind me to stay on your good side.
Don't worry, you're sparkling compared to that lot. A cook here, a footman there. What's it matter, right? So long as there's a book for the throne. A pretty one, sure. But how many lives are worth one empress's arse? Ugh, that place. Should have just thrown in some bees and slammed the doors.
I don't know. You want to stop a party, I think you go earwigs.
I hate those things, with their little pinchy butts. Josephine should add that to her paper threats. You know the real lesson from all this? Never sleep with an empress. That, and Briala being an idiot. The whole thing would have gone different if that little piss-off wasn't in the middle.
There was a lot more going on than a lover's spat.
Oh, sure.
There was.
Because of the hole in the sky, plenty of idiots around before, and there'll be plenty of idiots around after. Better save some arrows, yeah?
Oh well. Overall negative, but that's fine.
I hear Vachelle was good pay for you, Inquisitor. Time to go see if my friends came through too. Got a location for a stash. Hopefully something nice. Just let me know when you're ready to head out. Be sure to bring your empty pockets.
Who is putting up the...
Don't know. Sometimes it's past the hat. Doesn't matter, does it? Job done. Time to get what we're owed.
I'm not ready to go.
Your choice, yeah?
Okay, we'll probably do that after I talk to everybody. Is Bull up here? Cole is.
I didn't understand the Grand Ball. It would have been easier if they said what they wanted.
Orlesian nobles see politics as a great competition.
Yes, but none of them ever win.
Why does he disagree with... He disproves, but it's implied that he disproves of me. I just said that... I don't understand why he would disprove of me for saying that. I gave him an objective statement about somebody else, and he doesn't like me because of that, when it should be he doesn't like them because of that. So...
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
Like that is something I take issue with. Okay, so thankfully it autosaved right after we talked to him.
I don't know.
And it does seem to be just an extended performance thing.
I don't know. I've heard of what
See iron. Oh, there he is.
Right. You know I've got no problem with Orlesians, but Halam Sharal was a mess. At least under the Qun, you don't get everyone tripping on each other's dicks while the country goes to crap.
The politicking we saw at Halam Shiral might seem pointless, but it's the beating heart of the Empire. The winner of the game is the one who best builds alliances, controls what's discussed and what's decided.
So it rewards manipulation instead of rewarding the ability to get stuff done.
Which arguably is getting stuff done.
The Qun isn't perfect, but it doesn't care what any single person wants. Orlais is full of people who care about nothing else. You're doing good work, boss. I like how this Inquisition is coming. Next time you're free, why don't you come grab a drink? I'll introduce you to the Chargers.
You said we should go get some drinks and meet your company.
Yeah, come on. It'll be fun. Ah, good. We're not drinking alone. How you doing, creme de la creme?
Your worship. I'm so glad he has someone new to hit with that joke.
Is he always like this?
I'm afraid so. The chief loves his nicknames.
Hey, when I was growing up, my name was just this series of numbers. We all give each other nicknames under the Qun.
They ever wear shirts under the Qun, chief? Or do they just run around binding their breasts like that?
It's a harness, creme.
Yes, for your pillowy man bosoms. Let me know if you need help binding. We could really chisel something out of that overstuffed look.
Who are the others?
A lot of the Chargers went looking off for stronger drinks. Let's see, who's left? We've got Rocky and Skinner there. And over there are Stitches, Dalish.
He calls her
and
Dalish?
Grim. Crazy bunch of assholes, but they're mine.
Why aren't you with your clan?
Our keeper thought I should see the world a little.
Dalish don't have Templars, so they can't have too many mages in a clan at once.
Now, sir, you know I'm not a mage. That'd make me an apostate.
You carry a staff, Dalish.
It's a bow.
A bow with a giant glowing crystal at the tip.
Yes, it's for aiming. Old elven trick you wouldn't understand.
Were you born on the surface, or are you from Orzammar?
Orzammar. I got exiled. Stupid noble crap. Also, I accidentally blew up a bit of the shape ring.
Rocky's one of our best sappers. He can take down enemy fortifications faster than a golem.
I'm also working on my own version of Kunari black powder. I've almost got it.
Yeah, you really don't.
I take it you're the company healer?
Yes. First time I ever picked up a sword was when the Blight hit Ferelden. Never put it back down.
He makes a potion that'll put you right back on your feet after even the toughest fight. It tastes terrible, though.
That's because it's a poultice, sir. You're not supposed to drink it.
So, how do you join the Chargers?
Killed some people.
Skinner didn't take kindly to nobles testing their new swords on the elves in her alienage.
Bull took me in. Now I get paid to kill shams.
This is actually really good behavior for her. She's not marking her territory or anything.
Grim, is it?
Grim doesn't talk much. I'm pretty sure he's the lost king of some small country, or chieftain. Something like that.
You really take in anyone, don't you?
Anyone who can carry their weight in a fight.
And who can put up with your bullshit, Chief?
Man can beat the Chargers because we'll hit you where it hurts. Unless you know what's happened with the cards and looser skirts. For every bloody battlefield will gladly raise a cup. No matter what tomorrow holds, our horns be pointing up.
Thanks for coming by, boss. Glad you could meet some of my team. Damn, these are good. Are these nuts or seeds or whatever? They're good.
See you later, Bull. Nice talking with you, Bull.
Okay. Oh, is that a new song? It's kind of funny. Anyway, it's definitely time for me to cut this video off. I bet you we've gone on for more than an hour. So I'll do a little bit more base stuff in the next video. We'll go run off with Sarah, whatever. And have I talked to everyone? No, I haven't talked to Blackwall yet. I think that's the only one. Yeah, so we'll go talk to Blackwall. So anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and God bless.